The Fleet Mag Artist Spotlight with your host, Lady Red. Today's special guest, recording artist D. Saunders. Welcome to another edition of the Fleet Mag Artist Spotlight. I'm your host, Lady Red, and today I have the pleasure of speaking with a recording artist out of Biloxi, Mississippi, who goes by the name of D. Saunders. How are you doing today, Mr. D. Saunders?
I am doing well, Lady Red. And how about yourself?
Doing great. Glad I'm here with you so we can chop it up and find more about you, what you do.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
So we're going to get started. So, Mr. D. Saunders, tell me a little bit about yourself. How did you get into this music business?
I am the child of a organist. My father played for the choirs in church. The usual thing. Start off in church singing, and I fell in love with music real early. I got in this band when I was in the sixth grade. Did a band in high school, junior high, blah blah blah. And I remember early on, I went to I'm going to date myself, so don't be talking about me. I went to a Cameo, Rick James, Tina Marie, Barcades concert. And I saw Cameo perform, and it was right then. I said, that's what I want to do.
Okay. So you saw that concert and you were hooked ever since.
I was hooked ever since.
I definitely understand that. Now, how would you describe the music that you typically create? How would you describe your music?
Wow. Uh, that is a great question. I would I would say it's life music. Music to my music is an experience of situations that I have gone through or situations that I have witnessed others go through.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to give an interpretation of it musically, I guess.
Okay, great question. So I got to hear four of your songs that were sent to me. And I'm gonna ask you, how did you come up with these names? I've got Step With Me. To me, it was a nice dance groove ballad on there. You definitely can, do your two steps on there. I was definitely feeling that. I got Show Your Love. I definitely feel that as a good ballad song. I also got Boo Thing. I think Boo Thing is a message song. And 8 to 80, I definitely think that's something, a funny story on there. So I want you to tell me, how did you come up with these names for these songs and what was the meaning behind those?
Step With Me. That was the first one you said, right? Step With Me.
Right. That was me.
Step With Me is Step With Me is the song when you walk in to a function, let's say a dance, a club or whatever. I walk in
Mhm.
the club and I see you across the dance floor. As soon as I walk in, you catch my eye. And the whole thing is about my attraction and then my approach and just the dance.
Okay.
How to go about how do you talk to that young lady? How do you let that young lady know that you want to dance with her? All you want to do is dance, but you definitely want to at least do that.
Right.
Yeah. That's basically what that song is about.
Okay. And what about Show Your Love?
Show
Oh,
her your love.
show her your love.
Ah, okay. See, you're gonna make me start preaching now.
Go ahead and preach.
I think, well, let me not talk about anybody else. Let me talk about me. I had no idea what a young lady was looking for in a man.
Hmm.
I had no idea how to express my feelings to a young lady. I didn't know how to express what I felt without feeling vulnerable and still trying to be cool at the same time.
Wow.
you know. So through years and experience and failed relationships, uh, it's just something that I feel that a lot of women miss
Mm-hmm.
when guys talk to them. And unfortunately, I think us as men have made women become okay without even receiving this treatment.
Mm. Speaking some truth there.
Yeah. I think we kind of. I mean, and it's not saying that we're bad men. It's not saying
Right.
that we're bad guys at all. But a lot of women wanted more. But at least he ain't, so I settle for, you know. And I
Mm.
think that's what a lot of relationships are today.
Got it. Got it. Definitely, definitely speaking on there. And what about Boo Thing? Because I took Boo Thing as a when I listened to it, I said the name title, I said, okay, he got a sweet mama. But when you listen to it, to me, it's because I'm real with the music. It's a message behind that.
It is. I don't need another boo thing. I don't need, if it ain't real, I don't need it. If we
That's
ain't gonna try and make it real, if we ain't gonna put forth the effort to try to make this one for real, I kind of don't want to invest time in something that's not gonna go anywhere.
right.
And I don't mean that don't mean we can't be friends. That don't mean I don't need another friends with benefits. I don't need another one of them. I don't need to do that again. That's what that song is saying.
Right.
You
I
know.
definitely understand that. The older you get, it's time to either we gonna make this work settle down or
It is what it right.
what it is, you got to move on. And the last one, I kind of like 8 to 80. You gotta tell me about this 8 to 80. I said, boy, he gonna have them people in there be like, yeah, I don't care, you 8 to 80.
That's what them old people, that's what the old man used to say back on the corner, 8 to 80 blind crippled crazy.
Blind, crippled, and crazy.
God made them. I can't grade them. If they cold, heat them up. If they dead, dig them up. It's just they are showing homage to women, showing a person that just likes women. I just love women.
Yeah, so that's definitely good. I said, I definitely got to ask him about these songs here. I
Yeah,
was
and
listening.
this the wrong day and age to be talking about some 8 to 82. I might end up in somebody's files or something written or something.
Oh no, we won't get you in trouble now. We won't get
Okay,
you
there
in
you go.
trouble.
Good, good.
Yeah, we gonna make sure you're good. We're gonna change that to we're gonna keep the song name because
We're
it's
gonna
a
say
pop
18 to
song.
80 then, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna say 18. Don't be on the
28 to
side.
80.
28 to 80. 28 to 80. Y'all heard it here. It's 28 to 80 now. You get Mr. D. Saunders in trouble.
Please don't get him mixed up.
Yeah. So, Mr. Saunders, how do you feel? I mean, what do you feel is the most challenging part of being an artist today? What do you feel
Ooh.
versus when you came into the game?
It's so much more than talent that's required. Uh, when I started, I was naive and I felt like because I can sing,
Hmm.
I'm gonna make it right away. I felt like I could sing. I felt like I could sing well enough to impress enough people to per se make it. Uh, I found out today that uh, this is just my opinion. Let me say that first. In my opinion, it doesn't really matter how you sound. If you got people that following you, and I don't even care if they really follow you. If you make up some people following you, if you have some kind of number support behind you that says if we put some money behind you, people are gonna follow you. It's It's pretty much that's what people gravitate to this in this day and time. I feel,
Right.
you know, as far as getting on and performing live, uh, I want to believe
Hmm.
with this AI thing coming out that people are going to require that now because they don't know what's real and what's not these days.
Right.
I want to believe that they're gonna want to see people in front of them, but I don't know. I just seen a lot of changes since I've been doing this. I have.
Yeah. It's a totally different now with AI because this AI is so good you don't know if it's
Ooh,
real
ooh.
or fake. You have to like really pay attention to these videos
Yes, you
to
do.
determine if it's fake or not. So it's definitely tricky. So with that being said about the AI, do you think the social media makes it easier for today's artists to gain a fan base, or is it making it harder for them with all of
I
this
think
changes?
I think it depends on the artist.
Hmm.
I think it depends on the artist, and in the area, people that are new, the younger people that are newer to this. I think they grew up with this. They grew up with this, and this is part of what they do. So I think it makes it easier for them.
Hmm.
For somebody like me, I find difficulty in it because I just don't, it's hard for me to think that any and everything is content.
Right.
Content is content. People just want content.
Right.
I'm not interested in what I'm doing all day long, but it just seems that some other people are. Now I don't mind getting the content of the process of me in a studio or things like that. But, I just sometimes I sometimes I feel like I'm trying to twist your arm to make you like.
Yeah.
That's how I feel sometimes.
It's
You
a
know,
lot of work.
I feel like why can't I just sing? I'm a singer. Why can't I just sing to you? But I know this is a different day and age, and one thing I have to understand is that you have to adjust with the times or you will get left behind.
Yeah.
And that's just a fact.
So if you could change anything about this music industry, what would you change about it?
Me and my magic wand, huh?
Yep. If you had to narrow
Uh,
it, what would you do?
I would let talent speak for itself.
Mm.
I would let talent speak for itself. I would let entertaining speak for itself. Everybody that can sing can entertain. Everybody that can entertain can't sing.
Right.
Pe- People that can entertain and can sing may not be the best people in this business. I this requires a lot. This requires a lot. I feel as an artist. As an artist, you have to know how to deal with the public. You have to understand that regardless of how well you think you are at what you do,
Mm.
you're nothing without those people that you're performing for. So you can't get an attitude. You are of service. And I think a lot of times artists forget that we are serving others. They're not serving us.
Right.
And we get it twisted because you get a couple of applause, a couple of claps, and a couple of women wink at you or whatever, and you get confused and start thinking things different. But you got to always understand that you are of service, and you're only as good as the song that you hadn't written yet.
Mm. Speaking some words there.
You know,
Definitely speaking some words. Now, would you want to be signed with a major label, knowing everything you know about this business, or would you rather be independent still and continue on? What is your future goals right now during music?
it all depends on the contract and the stipulations in which I was signed under. I can't say I want to say I don't want to be on a major label. That sounds like something I would want to say, but in the same token, I still would like to have that machine behind and that financial support. Because that's the biggest thing for me. That's the
Right.
biggest thing that I'm encountering at this point in my career. It took me a while to try to figure out how to record, who to go to record, what a quality recording was, and even to know those, even to figure out who they were and how to get it done. Now that I feel like I have a general understanding of that, it's about being able to afford it. And then after you got a quality project recorded and you got the best sounding record, you got the hottest record in the world, but if you don't have what it takes to get it out to the masses, some of the greatest music in the world has probably never been heard because it didn't have the proper distribution, didn't have the proper promotion, it didn't have the backing behind. So if I could if I could remain independent but garner the support that I needed to push the records in the manner that I wanted to, I would prefer to stay independent. If I did sign with a label, I would really like I know I would have to have a lot of amendments in my contract because I can't, I ain't a kid no more. I can't do, you can't just tell me anything,
Right.
you know. And so I guess that's what the difference is.
Got it. And if you could collaborate with anybody in this day and age, old, new school, upcoming, who would you collaborate with and why?
Of course, Stevie Wonder. Of course, Babyface.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, of course the masters. Of course I give you a name that's probably people wouldn't say production wise and singer wise. Angela Winbush.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
I'm young. I know them.
uh, I would love to work with DJ Mustard. As crazy as that sounds.
It's not crazy. And I saw him this weekend in the All-Star thing. So it's not crazy. Sky's the limit.
I would love to do that. I think it's so easy. A Dr. Dre, maybe Dre. A lot of those, even Daz, even it's so many. It's
Mhm.
so many people that I would love to work with. Uh, Especially a lot of people who don't necessarily work with per se the genre of music that I deal with. I think I'm first of all, I've done just about everything you can do. And I'm receptive to a lot of different sounds and genres of music, kind of eclectic in that area. And
Mhm.
I kind of like I kind of like expanding myself. I like seeing people really want to hear.
Got it. So you like to keep it open and on that because when I heard your songs and your music on there, it gave me a little of everything. It gave me a little Southern soul. It gave me that R&B. It gave me you got a hip hop, and then you got a way of delivering the message in the song because each song, like I tell people, it tells a story. It might be different for everybody, different from the artist that makes the song and versus the people that listens to the song. So you may put the song out one way and we deter it a different way. We hear it a different way. So it definitely like that because a good song when I know I hear hit like your song, if I can remix it, oh you a hit.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
I sit up there and remix, you remember how you little and
yeah,
you sing the song and you miss the words and things like that. That's what I call remix. That's a good song.
That's it. That's
That's a
it.
good song. And Mr. Saunders, you got some good songs on there because I was like, okay, I get into that. I get
Thank you.
into
Thank you.
that. Because I come to Biloxi, Mississippi a lot. So I was like, oh, I get to talk to an artist down there in Mississippi and get to find out a little bit about it. So tell us a little bit about like I know you said how you came up in there. So are you originally from the Biloxi area or did you move? I think you moved to Biloxi,
I
Mississippi,
did.
Virginia, right?
I'm an East Coast Virginia guy.
Okay.
I'm a 757. That's me. Born and raised. I joined. Well, first I went to college in California,
Okay.
and then from college I joined the Air Force
Got it.
and
Thank
did
you
a
for your
little.
service.
Oh, thank no, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, and I jumped out because I was gonna be a star in my mind. I was ready to be a star. I wanted to get out of the military and pursue my dream.
Mhm.
But life showed up in all kinds of ways, as it does.
Right.
And I had the fortune of, I performed with God knows. You name it, I've done it. You name it, I've done it. I've performed, I've done it. I had the fortune of, opening up or either being on tour, being in the studio with countless number of who's who list name of artists. But what I found out was in this business, if you are not prepared to endure, and I don't know endure what I don't know, but just endure. If you're not prepared to deal with the longevity of this is the wrong business because you could blow up right away.
Right.
You could blow up right away, and and then in the latter part of your career or in different parts of your life, we be wondering what happened to them, or it may take forever before you get a hit. Because the thing what people don't really understand is a hit record changes everything.
Right.
You can be having music, you can be doing music your whole life, and one hit record, and
Just
your
that.
whole world changes.
Exactly.
You know, and
Exactly.
it's how do you deal with? I get frustrated. Let me just be honest. I get frustrated sometimes because I feel like I got exposed to a lot of things early. I got exposed to a lot of success early.
Mhm.
Uh, and then it just went dormant. I felt like it went dormant. Uh, but it really was. I really think it was because I wasn't putting in it what needed to be put in it. Just being honest.
Right.
I was doing stuff because I felt like I was good at it. I was doing it. I was doing it, and then once I got to the spot where I put my all into it,
Mhm.
everything's changing around and everything's turning around and things are different, and it's like, what do you do?
Right.
But I'm so glad I do music because I love music, and I don't do music because of what I want music to do for me. You know what I'm saying?
Good answer.
I'm fortunate enough to not. I mean, I work for a living. I'm
Mhm.
fortunate enough to have an occupation that I ain't rich, but I ain't starving.
Right.
My bills paid, and I don't have to. I don't need this to make me a star. I don't need a Bugatti and no. I don't need any. I don't need any of that.
Mhm.
I don't need any of that. If I can make music, if I can do music the way that I enjoy it, I never thought that I would say this. I can't even believe I'm thinking this out of my head. I enjoy I enjoy doing music more than I enjoy the dividends it gives. Because they can't pay me enough, really. I don't think
Right.
they can't pay me for they can't afford to pay me for what I done put into this. Because they not gonna think I'm worth for what I done put into it thus far. So I just enjoy what I do and accept what I do, and I'm grateful and gracious for what I receive.
Good answer. You definitely speaking a lot of truths on that. A lot of people definitely need to hear that, coming of your expertise and, how long you've been in the business. Because that was one thing I was going to ask you. If you weren't performing, what would you do next? Or what would you see yourself doing if you're not performing? If that music wasn't the career path that you went, what would you see yourself doing? Or
I am
something else?
I'm a lab technician in the hospital. I look in a microscope all day long and stuff like that. I'm a healthcare provider. I I like people. I like people. I like hearing how people are dealing with this thing we call life.
Hmm.
Uh, I prefer performing live much more than I do recording in the studio. I prefer doing intimate gigs much more than I do performing large coliseums or whatever. That's now.
Hmm.
Of course, there was the time that I went through where I like to see as many people as I can screaming and is whatever I could do to feed my ego. It was the time. But now it's like I just really enjoy. It's nothing more than perfect example for you to say I listen to Boo Thing and that sounds like a message song. That sounds like you were saying something about something to somebody or something. I take that over anything. For somebody to listen to you, they really listen to it. Because it's a lot of times we can do this and not
Hmm.
even hear no words or nothing, but that's what it's doing. But when somebody can groove to your songs and they know the words and the words have an impact on them, that's what I strive for.
Okay. But you definitely strive for it. With myself, I don't speak on others. Myself, when I listen to music, just how I was brought up, a lot of us was brought up in, the church first. And then, we come into getting into this hip hop and all this other stuff. But I dissect a song. That's how I grew up around other artists and things in the family. So I listen to the beats. Because one, I'm listening to see, okay, did they sample this from somebody or something? But I'm
Do
in
stuff they done stole.
so who stuff that done sample by being in the industry, and then I listen to okay the words, how the words are coming out, and then they go back and listen to it again. I do it 3 times in a row, so I can really dissect this on the first time. Most of the time it hits you, and you already feel it. I was like, let me make sure it's clear, and then I go back to the booth thing, just hit me because I'm like, he's speaking on. That's something I would say. You come
Right.
from one of you reverse coming from a man. So you
Right.
speaking in existence like because they gotta understand in this industry is always, women would say that, but men they just out here playing the fields and stuff. But there are men who are serious about relationships, serious about settling down and are good men. But sometimes in the industry, music wise, it portrays a different way. So that song definitely clicked, and I was like, "Yeah, that's a message song." There, he's telling a message from his point of view, his eyesight, and it's always
Mhm.
going to hit a woman's point of view at the same time. So yeah, you definitely let you know I was listening to the music.
Okay. Okay. Okay then. Okay
I do
then.
interviews. I'm gonna listen to the music on who I'm
Hey.
talking to, so they know you got an artist and a true fan over here that loves the
Okay.
music. Yeah. So tell me about a memorable moment in your career. Something that happened. We have those when things um God just sends something and it happens. You weren't expecting it to happen. It could have been somebody showed up, anything. What was a memorable moment in your career so far?
when I was in the military, they auditioned and ended up singing with a group called Slave, old school group.
Okay.
I did a show with them, and we opened up for Ronald Isley and Angela Winbush. They were a couple at that time. And, we did our thing and they performed after us. And after they performed, after the show, Ronald Isley sought me out and told me how well he enjoyed me. First and foremost, most nobody groups, far be it the Isley brothers, don't normally listen to the group that's on before 'em, especially when it's, although I was singing with a named group, this dude, he ain't no original member of that group. This just some dude they got singing with him. But he came up to me, and the way that he sought me out and the way he talked to me made me feel like I might be good at this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's coming from somebody that he got more hits than I got throwaway songs. You know what I'm saying? I know how many songs I done got written and recorded. Then I know how many songs that I done written and throw and never recorded. He got more hits than all of that. From
Mm-hmm.
5, 6 decades. He started recording in the daggone 50s.
Wow.
And yeah, from the 50s.
I didn't
And
know
then,
it was that far.
yeah, he started and it had hits in every one of those decades. At least a hit in one of those in all of those decades. And I just thought about that and I was like, uh, that's major for him to say that to you. Because I mean, there's been sometimes being real honest with you, real honest. Sometimes I wish I could. I can't not do this. Sometimes I wish I just don't. I don't want to do. This is just too. It's too exhausting. It's too. At a younger age, when I was married, it affected my marriage drastically. It affected my marriage drastically. And it affected the time or lack of time that I spent with my kids. Just being real honest with you, And at that time, my only mentality was, I can't ease up. I can't slow down. I can't. I can't. I gotta get it. I gotta get it. Wherever it's at, I gotta go get it. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. And I felt like the military was hindering me. So I was in the military and trying to be married. Then all of it just got out of control and rocky. It lost control, and I think I kind of lost a perspective as well. Excuse me. But we mature, we go through things. That's life. But when I look at it, I just, by him telling me that, by growing from that moment, by Ronald Isley telling me that, it made me feel like at least I ain't as goofy for trying as hard as I have, if nothing else. And I've had a few people that I consider greats, that I look at and be like, dang, if they say I'm good, I must be good.
Right.
Yeah.
I definitely can see how that would make you feel. Ronald Isley
Yeah.
and
Mr.
Wimby,
Big. Mr. Big.
Big himself coming.
You know?
I probably been looking like, okay, Mr. Isley, this probably been like starstruck, on them.
Yeah.
But that's definitely good. They have a good ear for music stuff. So for him to come and do that, I'm glad he did. That was probably that notification, that notion you needed to let you know, hey, you got, because you could have been at a point, that's where sometimes we get that what is what's the calling on it? Um, not your conscience, but when you ask God, you be like, okay, I need a sign.
Give me
If
some
I'm doing
confirmation.
it, give me confirmation. So
Mhm.
that was your confirmation from, I would say, Mr. Big Most High himself in this game. He like, hey, you doing what is good. So
And he
that's
had Chucky Booker with him. Chucky Booker was right beside him. When he said, I was like, wow, that's pretty major.
wow. So going throughout it, I know you were telling me it was pretty rough in the beginning with family life. How are you balancing that now with your music career and your family life? Is it about still rock? Is it the same? 'Cause I know it can get kind of frustrating being out on tour and everything. So it's still about the same as it was in the beginning when you were younger, or it's a little bit different now, balancing career and music life.
I'm single and I'm old.
Oh, he said he's single and you're old. I would say
You
you're
know,
old, Mr. Saunders.
I know, I'm just joking. I mean, but I'm single and I understand that when when I'm involved with somebody, I have to, because this not for everybody.
Right.
This life not for everybody, and everybody don't want to be involved with somebody that's in his lifestyle. And I don't expect, and if a person is not willing to deal with it, I mean, I understand. I understand completely.
Hmm.
Because it's a lot to ask. It really is.
Right.
You know, and it's a lot of especially at the point where I am in my career, because I'm at the point where, like right now, I can get a call and somebody say, "Hey, we got a spot that opened up in Colorado. Can you get to here? Bloom, bloom, bloom. We're
Hmm.
sending the tickets out if you can." I got to be ready to go.
Right.
I got to be ready to go, or be ready to, or be okay with whatever saying no means.
Right.
Saying no to that promoter that one time may make him not call me again.
Yeah.
And that's just how this business is.
Yeah.
That's just how this business is.
It's coming towards our end. So the last couple of questions I got for you. You got any upcoming shows coming up? If you do, where can we catch you on your upcoming show?
I do not have any major things booked right now. I am in the process of putting a brand new show together. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to chart out a tour of small venues starting in the northern part of Mississippi. And I'm trying to go from northern Mississippi through Alabama
Yeah.
on over to Florida and up to South Carolina. That's my intentions, to be ready to come through the summer and up through the next fall. I'm putting a whole new show with my horn section and background singers and everything.
Okay. And you got any new music you got coming out pretty soon?
I got new music coming out. I always got new music. Stay
Okay.
tuned. Stay tuned.
We definitely gonna be staying tuned to you. And lastly, Mr. Saunders, make sure our audience knows where to follow you at. Just give a shout out and let them know, all your social media sites and how to book you and everything.
You can find me on, well, my website is dsaundersmusic.com. And on that, you can connect to all my other my social media links. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, you name all of them. But the best way to reach out to all of them, there's a link for each one of those if you just go to my website. And I said, once again, that's dsaundersmusic.com.
Got it. We definitely got it. Mr. Thomas, it definitely was a pleasure with you to wait right here. And once again, I want to thank our audience for definitely tuning in. This is Lady Ray coming to you with the Fleet Mac Artist Spotlight. We have D. Saunders from Biloxi, Mississippi. Stay tuned for more. He's got more music coming, and definitely want to put Mr. Saunders on your radar for some good music. It definitely was a pleasure.